we get into some sports news. This Paralympic games that have been going on over the past few years, they've gained quite some momentum and the interest from many. Now, if you are not sure of what these Paralympic games are, they are just normal games, that we play and um, we go about um, in the nation, except that these ones involve those who are a little disabled in one way or the other. So maybe you'd see someone in a wheelchair going on a certain race because his arms and the rest of his body is built for it. So they'll be cycling, something like that. Okay. Now we've even seen the basketball ones, and we were very delighted about those ones. So you see the wheelchairs, and then they are playing this basketball, passing it to each other, and the likes. Now, for those of you who may not know, there are even Commonwealth Games which host these types of contestants who have a little disability in one part of their bodies. Okay, so now in the nation right now, there's one Raphael Nkegbe, who is known very well for his cycling abilities. You know how they cycle with their hands. Yeah. So before the middle of this year, there was some little controversies going on, and he was excluded from being a part of the competition that was going to take place this year. So he went on his social media page and then expressed his disappointment. But now the board, that is the Paralympic Committee, the National Paralympic Committee of Ghana, have also come to defend their decision to overlook this Raphael Nkegbe um, and choose someone else. So for those who don't know, they chose a certain Yusuf Amadou to represent Ghana at the Paralympic Games, which is taking place in Tokyo. Okay, so when Yusuf Amadou was chosen instead of Raphael Nkegbe, like we said earlier, he went on his Facebook page and he lamented about how the decision to exclude him from the competition really hurt him. He said this because according to what he wrote, he said he made the qualification time. Before they select them, they go through this procedure of seeing how fast you are or how good you are in the particular sport you are going to represent the country in. Now he made the qualification time. According to him, he was able to make the qualification time, and he even made it at 14.22 seconds. That was wild. 14.22 seconds to cycle that over the 100-meter track. That was wild, very wild. But sometimes there are people who claim these people because one part of their body is malfunctioning, the other part is giving double strength, and sometimes I'm forced to believe this because the guy's arms are very well built, but if you see the speed with which he was cycling, it is like there are some engines inside his arms. Okay, so moving on, he claimed and he expressed on his Facebook page how um, he has been working hard since 2019. For him, that was the only thing his attention was on, because he wanted to qualify for this Tokyo Paralympic Games. Now, according to him, when he started first, he wasn't too sure, but then after seeking some guidance and counsel, by God's grace, he met some people who supported him, and also his fans cheered him on, and as well as some sponsors. Yeah, there were some sponsors in the nation who helped him to keep on practicing till he was ready to go represent the nation. So when all these people came together and he went for to do his qualification time. Among those who were present, he was the seventh in the world rank. So for all those who are going to, go for this 100-meter T54 class race, they selected all those who went to make the qualification time. And when they tabulated the results, Raphael Nkegbe, he was the seventh in the whole of the world. When they bring all the Paralympic legends together to, see who and who is going to be qualified and represent their nation, his record time put him at the seventh place. And this means, of all those who were ready, he was the seventh fastest in Africa. However, the NPC, which is National Paralympic Committee, they refused to select him for Ghana to represent Ghana. Instead, they went to choose a certain Yusuf Amadou. Now, when this decision was made, it hurt Raphael Nkegbe's feelings a lot because he was training all this while to make sure that he gets this, and to him, since he has qualified, he did not see why he should be left out. Now, when he expressed his views, he also thanked all those who were, supporting him, all those who were giving him massive love, his sponsors, and even those who were close to him that were motivating him to continue. And also there were some people who he claimed have been with him from the beginning of his sporting career. So he thanked them all, and he also sent a word to the sponsors because he didn't want them to back out on him. He expressed his seriousness to make it to the 2022 Commonwealth Games. There's also 2023 African Games, and then there's also the 2024 Paralympic Games in Paris. So though he was not able to make for 2021, these successive years that are coming will bring him more opportunities to do so. So obviously he was doing his best to make his sponsors sure that he himself had not given up, even though the NPC had given up on him for this year. Now, while some fans were unhappy and some expressed their concerns about the wickedness of the NPC and partiality and discrimination, and everybody's having their own reason and whatnot have you, the NPC decided to come out with a statement. They had to defend their decision to take Rraphael Nkegbe out of those who are going to represent Ghana this year. Now, the president of the NPC Ghana, Mr. Samson Dean, spoke vividly about the reason why he was not selected. Now, according to him, it was not a single person's decision, but it was a collective decision by the board. He claims that they made the decision after going through a certain voting scheme, and then when they tallied the results of the board, those who voted, the majority didn't vote for Raphael, according to what the president of the NPC is saying. Now, he claims that from the majority's choice, it was Amadou who was supposed to represent Ghana, so he couldn't go against that decision because it was not only him, there were other people who had given their votes. Now, the president wants to also explain further, the president of the National Paralympic Committee, that there were some claims where Nkegbe made which were not exactly true, and he also would like to clear the air about the truth about how the procedure takes place before a person can represent the nation. Now, this is what he says. Before any athlete any Paralympic athlete could take part in any of these competitions, there was obviously this record time that they had to beat. Now, even before I continue to explain it, you know that the type of game where these people are talking about, the particular game where Nkegbe is representing Ghana in, is cycling. So for those of you who don't know, they cycle on a wheelchair, just like the same way you see people ride a bicycle. But these people, because they don't have good legs, they use the wheelchair, a special wheelchair that is designed for that um, type of race. So, according to the president of the National Paralympic Committee, though Rraphael Nkegbe made the qualification mark, apart from the voting which they did, he also needed to be certified by the International Paralympic Committee. And this is not a board that is solely Ghanaian, that they'll say they can go and make some rules about it. It's an international board, you get it. And he has to first be certified by this International Paralympic Committee before every game. That's what they do. They first certify the contestants according to what the president is saying. So if they don't certify a contestant to qualify him to participate in an event, though the contestant may be well able and may have beaten the record time and have checked out all that which he was supposed to do to be a part of the competition, he will not be selected, because at the end of the day, the International Paralympic Committee has a sort of a higher hand than the National Paralympic Committee. So this is the reason why he claims Raphael Nkegbe was not selected, because he wants to clear the air to some of the fans. You know how some fans are, they are very emotional about this stuff, especially if it is a fan who has invested personally. You know, some fans, they love these athletes and these people so much that they will go and maybe give them some amount of money, or give them some packages, or just spend time with them to make sure that they are on course. So when they go through all these things and they invest in all these things, and you don't give the guy the chance that he deserves, it hurts them, and some of them can really go wild, very wild on social media. If you see some of the comments people make sometimes, well, not in this particular case, but with regards to this type of issues, you know that people don't play at all when it comes to their investment. So when the president of the National Paralympic Committee saw some of these comments, he wanted everybody to be sure that it was nothing to do with being biased, or how do they call it, or being corrupt. So he's informing like the general public that even before all these proceedings went on, the IPC wrote to them that Ghana did not have any athletes who had qualified by their ranking, for this high performance thing. Now, the question some people are asking is, if this IPC, International Paralympic Committee, said Ghana has not anyone who has qualified, then why then did they choose Amadou? Okay, so now the president continues to explain, saying that the IPC wrote to them, informing them that they do not have any athlete who had made that their automatic qualification, but still Ghana was going to be considered to present one athlete. So it had to be like a sort of a rash decision for them, that though the International Paralympic Committee had not given any of them the chance, they gave one more room for any of the athletes who they should have chosen. And so it was not their fault that when they did this voting, Rraphael Nkegbe was not selected, even though he was very well able to do so. So that's their reason. We do hope that in the next games that are ahead, Rraphael Nkegbe will be given a chance to represent the nation and bring some trophies home. Thank you for listening. You can leave your comments in the section below, comment section below. So let us see your views about the National Paralympic Committee, and even the exclusion of Rraphael Nkegbe. And also, what do you think about Amadou's performance? For those of you who have been following, let us see in the comment section below. Thank you very much for listening again, and have a nice day.